Hello everybody, this is Caitlin here, and today we're going to look at some MLP CCG. We haven't really done that in a while. I've mainly been waiting for the newest set, Equestrian Odysseys, to come out before I did another MLP CCG video, and it finally came out, so super excited. I've got the two theme decks here, which is Taking Care of Business and Jam Session. I'll probably be doing a box opening of just a booster box of this set as well. I already bought a box, but I was too excited and I opened it up without recording it on camera. So I'll probably get another box just because I'm needing some rares that I missed out or whatever. So maybe I'll record another video or two with the booster box opening. But for now, we're going to look at these theme decks, and we'll start with the Taking Care of Business one. As you can see, Applejack on the front there. So let's get into this theme deck. I don't really know. I think the only thing I know about these theme decks is one of the mains is meant to be Octavia, but I don't really know much about it other than that. So it'll be a nice little surprise. And get rid of all this packaging. Nice little surprise to see what kind of cards we have in the theme decks. Because I think this one is orange and yellow, maybe. I remember talking to someone about it. I think it was orange and yellow. But we'll open it up fresh. I kept these in the box just until I was able to record. So on the front here we have foil number 1. But foils aren't really part of Equestrian Odysseys anymore, or at least I don't think I think they've been replaced with secret rares, I think they're calling them, because I don't think we have any more of the little foils in the corner there. But we have an Applejack Cutie Mark Consultant here, and this is what is the orange main. It's Muffin Mare, aka Derpy, and I'll turn over to our start side so you can see it. So while there's another character with at least 3 power here, you can turn the card over, and then when you flip it over, in the main phase you can pay 1 action token, exhaust one of your characters to add its power to another character until the end of the turn. So I guess that's an alright effect for main. And we have Cutie Mark Consultant Fluttershy, and we have, this is like the normal Cutie Mark Consultant Applejack here. So we have 2 of those. So you've technically got 3 of those in the deck. And there's a little scorecard there for keeping track of your score. So here we have Apple Bloom. She is remarkable. Main phase, you can exhaust this card and discard a card to pay 1 less for your next card this turn. So, you know, that's like quite handy for saving action tokens. So you get 3 of those. We have Sweetie Drops, aka Bonbon, who, when another one of your friends enters play here, you may exhaust this card to exhaust an opposing character here. So, like, orange is still basically all about exhausting characters and that. But with this new set, we've gotten a lot of new keywords, and orange gets Diligent, which is, when you win a face-off involving this card, you can put a +1 power counter on this card. So Diligent is all about adding power counters, essentially. And we have Star Spur. When this card enters play, you may look at an opponent's hand, which I guess is handy if you want to like keep an eye on what your opponent is planning. We have Sheriff Silverstar. When this card enters play, name a card. An opponent reveals their hand and discards each card with that name. So if you have a good idea of what kind of deck your opponent is running, you know that they'll maybe have, say, if it's maybe a Derpy themed deck, although you'll need to be careful because you'll need to specify which Derpy it is, because none of the cards actually call her Derpy. It's like Weather Mare or like Muffin Mare or other kinds of mares instead of using her actual name. Then we have an orange Trixie, which is kind of cool to see Trixie in another colour. She's both times, I think she's got 3 cards so far, but they've all been purple. So it's kind of nice to see her in a different colour. And with any yellow deck, you're going to have critters. So we have Animal Allies here. This card's power is equal to the number of friends you have. So it's a 0 cost, but it will get more power if you've got more friends. And then, just as I was saying there, Weather Mare, which is technically Derpy. 2 cost, 2 power. Oh, that's surprising. I didn't realise there was another colour in here for some reason. I don't know if this is supposed to be in here, or... because I don't think... yeah, there's no other blue in this deck, so I don't know why this deck has randomly 2 blue cards, which is the Rainbow Dash Cutie Mark Consultant. That's a bit odd, but I'm not quite sure why they're there. They're common, so I don't know why they would include an extra colour in a deck when you could easily pull it in a booster. And then we have 5 cost for 5 power is Harry the Bear. which is he has calming, which is a new yellow keyword, which is when an opposing friend enters play here, that friend gets -3 power until the end of the turn. So like the calming and like the diligent, they'll all have like a number after it, which usually corresponds to how much in effect it's being used. We have Calvin and Theo, little chipmunks. When this card enters play, you may dismiss a resource. And then also with Equestrian Odysseys, we have dual coloured friends. So you can only play them if you have like the requirement of both colours. And as far as I've seen, not many of them are very strong, but they usually have like really good effects. So for Golden Harvest is when this card enters play, put a +1 counter on each of your other friends here. So, you know, playing up the orange one is counters. And then we have a new event here, which is Makeover. Choose a character and a colour. That character is also that colour until the end of the turn. So good for getting out some colour cards that need requirements, but you don't have the colour requirement yet. We have Barrel Through, which is an immediate effect, which is during a face-off, you can flip an additional card. Just any kind of face-off by the looks of it. It doesn't specify which one. And then Splash Attack, main phase, turn a Troublemaker face down. Simple enough. We have Resource, Ponyville, play on a problem. Opposing friends moved or played here get -1 power until the end of the turn. 2 of those. We have Under Arrest, resource, play on a character, exhaust that character. If that character has 3 or less power, it is not ready during the ready phase. So, assuming you would play that on like your opponent's character or whatever, and just stall some time. And now I'm going to be really unprofessional because my nose is actually very tickly. Oh dear. Hay Fever, unfortunately. And then we've gone to the new Troublemakers, which is Arimaspi. I don't know how you pronounce this. It's from the Griffinstone episode. But it's a Troublemaker, 5 power, no bonus. Troublemakers can't be uncovered here. So essentially, if you have this up, your opponent can't uncover their Troublemaker at the same problem. And also with Equestrian Odysseys, we have all new kinds of problems, which are like, not many of them have a heavy focus on a colour requirement. The main focus is that it's any colour, but it's like a high number that you need to enable to solve it. So we have a starting problem of Locked Out, which is no bonus, 4 for you, 5 for your opponent, 2 of those. And then we have one that's 2 orange and then 4 of any other colour with a bonus 1. When you confront this problem, you may put a +1 counter on one of your friends. So good for orange decks. And Jailbreak, bonus of 1. During the ready phase, players can't ready more than 1 character here. It's 4 orange and then 4 any other colour. And then Mob Mentality, which is a bonus of 2. And it's 4 yellow and 2 any other colour for you. When you have more characters here than your opponents flip 1 fewer cards during face-off. So I'm assuming if like you're just doing a normal face-off and you would just be flipping the 1, I'm just guessing that they wouldn't be able to flip that 1 because, you know, you have to flip 1 less, but I don't know, I'll let you get a ruling on that because that seems a bit broken. And then Dream Patrol, bonus of 1. Troublemakers here have -2 power, so 2 yellow and 4 of any other colour. I suppose this would also affect your Troublemakers as well, so if you are running Troublemakers using this problem, you'd probably look to put the Troublemakers on a different problem or whatever. So that's it for that deck. I was going to assume that they'd be having two different mains for the decks, but I'm guessing not. That might be because, just open up the jam session deck now. I'm assuming that's because in the booster packs there are 6 new mains for just the regular main 6, which are all like, I know they're not Cutie Mark Consultants, there's another name for them, but they all have new mains, and it's like themed around, you know, not the friendship map, the Cutie Mark map. So they've all got new mains in that, which I might do another video just to look at them and, you know, explain what their use is, what they're good for, and blah blah blah. Because they are pretty common. I mean, I've got like multiples of each of the new mains that are just like pretty common. So I might do another video just looking at them. And then we have a foil Pinkie Pie for this one. And yeah, I was right. The main for this one is Octavia, which is pretty cool. I mean, I was looking forward to her getting a main. So her start side is when you confront the card's problem, you turn it over. And when it's turned over, when a friend enters play at a problem, you may have another friend there get +2 power until the end of the turn, which is, you know, a decent enough effect. I'm pretty sure this is white-pink for this deck. So that's... white-pink is quite a nice combination. So we get 2 more of the Pinkie Pie Cutie Mark Consultants. And then we have 2 of the Rarity Cutie Mark Consultants. Just 4 cost for 4 power. There's a little scorecard. Then we have Fleur de Lis, or Fleur de Lis, or I'm not quite sure how you're meant to pronounce it. 2 power. She has Showy, which is White's new keyword. Opponents need to play +1 action token to move characters to the problem. We have 3 of those. Photo Finish. When this card enters play, you may pay 2 less for the next accessory you play this turn. Most of White usually depends on accessories, resources, and that. Sweetie Belle, when this card enters play, you may put an accessory from your discard pile into your hand. See what there. Connection, it's all there. We have Daisy, Lily, and Rose Luck, Wilt Under Pressure, the flower ponies. When there are no opposing characters here, this card has +3 power. So, I suppose if you were getting this out first on a new problem or whatever, it could have 4 power that turn, which, you know, is kind of nice. Getting on to the pink cards, we have Bab Seed. When you draw a card, this card gets +1 power until the end of the turn. Pink is, from my understanding of it, most of the pink cards have Eccentric, which is their new keyword. So this is DJ Pony, and you can exhaust this card to dismiss and it's an exhausted friend. I wonder... And for some reason we have 2 of the purple Twilight Cutie Mark Consultants. I'm not quite sure why they did that. That just seems a little odd. I mean, they're common. They're not hard to get. That's a little bit odd. I'm not sure why. I don't know whether it's just spy decks or whether that's just these decks in general. And then we have a pink Brayburn, who, as an additional cost to play this card, you need to retire a friend. So he's 4 power, 2 cost, but you need to retire a friend to play him. And then we have the dual colour card for this deck. Bulk Biceps. When this card enters play, you dismiss a friend. When this card leaves play, put a card from your discard pile into your hand. And then we have Gummy, 2 cost, 2 power. And then we have Spike, who's the white, 2 cost, 2 power. And this deck also has this event, which is Makeover, probably just to sort out your colours and everything. And for event, we have Cold Wave, which is immediate. Exhaust all characters involved in a face-off without an attached accessory. And here's an accessory here. You play on a friend, and that friend has +2 power, which is pretty handy. Umbrella Hat. You play it on a friend. That friend is also... What's the symbol there? I'm pretty sure that's a pink one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the balloon symbol, so it must be pink. It's also pink. Immediate, you put this card on top of your deck. I like this card, Cardboard Box. For the reference, and actually just for what it does. You play in a character, that character can't contribute its power to face-offs. So if your opponent has like something insanely powerful or broken, just like slap the box on it. Then it's not going to do anything during face-offs. Troublemakers here we have are Twittermites. This has a chaos effect. Chaos was like a big keyword or, you know, kind of tactic in Absolute Discord, and though it's not like in all the cards in Equestrian Odysseys, there are a couple of cards that still use the chaos keyword. So when you flip it, it gets +3 power if an opponent has more points than you. And its general effect is while an opponent has more points than you, it has +3 power. So essentially it can be 7 power in the right circumstances. And the other troublemaker we have is the Smooth. He has 2 bonus points for beating him. He's only at 3. But when this card is uncovered, you put a +1 power counter on it. If this card would be defeated, you may remove a +1 power counter from it instead. If you do, this card is not defeated. So essentially, though it does have a bonus of 2, if it keeps having counters on it, it's not going away anytime soon. So you could just keep piling counters on it and it's not dying at all. It's here to stay. We have a starting problem with a bonus of 2. 8 power for you, 10 power for your opponent, which is Winter Startup. Then we have 4 pink and 2 of any other colour. Bridging the Gap. I can't even read that. Try and focus the camera a bit more. Bridging the Gap, bonus of 1. When this problem is solved, you may look at the top card of your problem deck and put it on the top or the bottom of this deck. Oh dear, my nose is a bit stuffy today, I apologise. We have figuring out friendship, no bonus, 3 pink and 5 of any other colour for you, 10 for your opponent. When this card enters play, you may draw a card. Simple enough. We have Gunked Up Gala, bonus of 1, 4 white and 4 of any other colour. Opponents pay +1 to pay friends here. And then we have Strut Your Stuff, bonus of 1, 2 white and 4 of any other colour for you. Friends here with resources have +2 power. So those are the 2 new decks that we have for Equestrian Odysseys. If I had to pick one that I prefer, I'll just move these boosters down, not these boosters, these mains down now. If I had to pick one that I prefer overall, oh dear, my nose, sorry about that. I would probably have to say I prefer the orange-yellow one, mainly because of the Diligent and the +1 power counters and whatever. It's quite a good mechanic, and compared to these 2 decks, I would definitely pick the orange one. I'm quite surprised the pink-white deck didn't have any card with Eccentric on it. I was hoping to just like show off those ones to explain what Eccentric did, but Eccentric, if I could speak. Eccentric basically does what depending on like which one it is. So I know that one of them is like 1 eccentric, so opponents need +1 power to actually confront and solve the problem or to initiate a face-off, which is what eccentric does depending on the power to it. But overall, I quite enjoy the orange yellow deck. Will I be playing it? Probably not, because I'm actually building a different kind of deck with blue and purple, with a different main from this set. So I'll probably do a little deck profile once I've sorted that out. I'm still trying to find cards to suit it or whatever to make it work, and I'll maybe do a little profile of it. And I'll hopefully soon be doing a booster box opening of Equestrian Odysseys. But let me know what you think of these theme decks. Would you use any of the new mains that we've seen? Or would you pick something else entirely? Or do you want to see what the new 6 mains are, just the common ones, and I can explain what they do and how good they are? Just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.